I'll start off by asking, asking and answering, why is broadband so important to AT&T? And I think there's a simple answer to that question, which is because AT&T is no longer the telephone company. We're becoming a communications and entertainment company with broadband connectivity, both wireline and wireless, at its core. But for purposes of our discussion here today, I don't think you want to hear a lot about why it's important to AT&T, but you probably want to hear more about why it's important to consumers, whether they be urban, rural, rich, poor, or any other community of people that makes up this country. And I think you've heard a lot from everyone on the panel to answer that question. But again, if I encapsulate what everyone has been saying about why it's so important, I think, again, the answer is pretty simple, because broadband is an enabler. As we've heard, broadband, it not only enables more entertainment choices and communications choices, which is no doubt important, but it also enables new opportunities and new ways to enrich and enhance our lives. And broadband really is its own life skill set. Those that have it are more likely to have better access to information, better access to education, better access to job opportunities, better access to health care, like the list goes on and on. So given how important broadband is to our communities, what is AT&T doing to drive broadband into the hands of more people, and in particular into the different communities and constituencies that make up our overall consumer base? Let me hit three broad categories. So one of the key points here is technological flexibility. We're not just delivering broadband one way. We're going to deliver broadband the way that makes sense for the particular community, the particular geographic area, and what have you. Really investing in deploying is only the first step. So what are we doing to get these services into the hands of the people in our service territory? And the first thing I'd say we're doing is we're providing more choices for how consumers consume broadband. As I mentioned before, we're packaging with video, which we think really helps drive broadband. The second thing we're doing is we're a price leader in this market. In the year 2000, we were selling broadband for $49.95. Today, you can get broadband from us for $14.95. And over the same period of time that we've been reducing the prices, we've both been extending the capability of our broadband network, expanding it to more areas, and two, adding more bandwidth and making our network smarter so that it can handle the new capabilities that people want to use the internet for, that Larry talked about in his opening remarks. Three, as I alluded to before, we know that not all consumers want the same thing in the same way. And our territory includes a diverse array of customers. We actually serve, throughout our 22-state service territories, 70% of African Americans in the country and 70% of Hispanic Americans in the U.S. And what we've learned over the years is marketing to the different communities in this country is important. The days of kind of just one marketing campaign that tries to address a monolithic, homogeneous audience are over. And so we've been trying to really target different communities to understand what they need, or how they operate, what kind of cultural differences they might have, and what really gets them, I think others talked about this, what gets them excited about broadband, what gets different communities, what feeds into their cultural framework. So we try to design campaigns that teach people about broadband in the way that makes sense to them. In addition to doing things like that, we try to have a customer care operation that recognizes that our customers are not, again, one monolithic customer base, but they speak different languages and what have you. So our customer care operations are able to speak well over 100 languages and to communicate with people in the language that they want to communicate in. Then finally, my last point here, and we can get to the questions, our commitment to broadband goes way beyond the basic business proposition. AT&T believes in the importance of broadband, and thus we put our money where our mouth is on this topic. And so we introduced what we call the AT&T Access All $100 million initiative this past year, and we're mainly working with One Economy and Habitat for Humanity, as well as some others, to actually get broadband out there to. We're trying to get it out there to at least 50,000 lower-income households, but not just stop there. Kind of keeping with the theme of my presentation, it's both getting the broadband out to the people, but also teaching people how to use it, making people understand how they can use it, what it's important for them, what have you. So in addition to getting the broadband deployed to their homes and their dwellings, it's about getting them training. It's about bringing computers into their house and helping them figure out how to use all those things together to create an environment that makes sense for them. So we're really excited about this initiative, and we're hoping that it really takes off.